2, 1, go. And before we get started with this game, or before the action goes underway, I would like to say and give a big shout out to our sponsors, iBuyPower, Azo, Cooler Master, and Kingston HyperX. If you were watching earlier, we actually gave away a 16 gigabyte flash drive by Kingston HyperX. Right now we're having a contest of match predictions, and we're going to be giving away 5 free NASL t-shirts. And throughout the weekend and next week and Season 3 and the Team League, we're going to be having quite a few giveaways. So definitely show our sponsors some love, get involved, watch the streams, support, be active on Twitter and stuff, and you will have a chance to win lots of exciting stuff. And that being said, CatZ, tell me about PvZ on this map. As a Zerg, you're down 2-3. You're Russian. What are you thinking about right now?
Oh, let's pick them up, but the third is gonna be really hard to defend.
Why would we do that?
That's true. Why would we do that? Because
I'm not sure, man. I don't like the third on this map. Other than that, it's a decent map for Zerg, but just taking the third, it has the same problem that Antica has, where the chokes are so narrow that you can just station yourself there with force field. So I don't know if Abver here has a different plan for this map. Maybe just making units a lot earlier and never engaging at his third, or maybe going mutas, or or infestors or something that won't involve a ton of roaches getting trapped on those chokes.
Right. Now, FXOZ is going for a Nexus first once again, so he really likes playing very greedy here. And Abver is saving up. I wonder if he's just going to go for some sort of a all-in speedling.
I mean, that would work too. I mean,
I'm
not saying
very curious to see if he is going to actually do that. He's making 4 Zerglings. We're going to have to see if he makes the 6th and gets that Zergling Speed. So Zergling Speed is being built, and he is getting a drone. So it does not look like he's going to go for an all-in. That probe is camping out by the natural expansion. Now, FXOZ is going to have a huge lead time in terms of economy. His natural expansion is almost done, and Abver hasn't even started. Oh wow, Roach Warren.
Oh wow. Yeah, so
this is an all-in.
Yeah. It appears that way. I mean, it has to be actually.
I mean, if this is not an all-in, then
it's as I was saying. If it gets to that point in the game where Z can just do the same thing that he did against what's his face, the first one we casted. What's his name? He was really good. Sleevco, yeah.
Yep.
If he just manages to do the same thing that he did against Sleevco and position himself at that third, it would be really hard for Abver or any Zerg to deal with it. So I can't blame him for going all in here.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think this map is very good for fast thirds and Zergs.
Now here's the really smart thing that Abver is doing. He noticed that the probe was going out, and he's sending his Zerglings around to kill that. Because he's... Right now, I mean, I doubt FXOZ is thinking about an all-in right now. I sincerely doubt it, because in every game he's played so far, there haven't been any all-ins. Pretty much, actually, there haven't been any, like, super all-ins in any match of any clan where we've casted, as far as I can remember. So, I mean, I doubt... Oh, wow. He actually ended up scouting it, despite the fact that Abver, like, did everything he could to deny that. So we did scout the all-in, so we're going to really have to see what FXOZ is going to do. And he's putting these cannons a little bit behind so that the roaches will not be able to get it. It's kind of creating 2 lines of defense, but I'm not sure if he's going to have enough.
Yeah, they're definitely late.
Ooh, the wall wasn't perfect too, and Zerglings were able to get in. That's not good.
Oh, yep, you're right. The wall was not perfect. He's gonna take that Artosis-ish pylon, but it's...
Oh, the roaches get through too. Holy moly, that's a big blunder there by FXOZ.
Guacamole.
And yeah, that's not good at all.
Indeed. Oh, let's look at the worker stab. Actually, Z is still ahead. If he can somehow...
Yeah. If he can somehow kill these roaches with probes and 1 stalker, he will be gravy. But
he's doing the right thing to just run the probes to his expo.
Yeah.
You know, and kind of like not fight that.
Yeah, no, because I mean, Adver can't attack the natural. The 3 cannons and a stalker, there's nothing he can do. So what Adver really needs to do, in my opinion, is just try to kill that Nexus in the main base as fast as he can, because eventually, soon enough, these roaches are going to die. And if he can take down that Nexus, he's going to have a giant lead, because then he can just transition into a completely standard game, and he'll just have a huge, huge advantage.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, the Protoss player isn't really all that behind in probes or anything like that, though.
No.
He might still be
Definitely
in this.
Not. And actually, Adver's not even killing the Nexus. He's just kind of sitting. I don't know if I agree with that.
No, definitely not. I think he could have killed the Nexus, even with one stalker going and poking at those roaches. He could have put one roach on the stalker, just make it run, and have 4 roaches focusing on that Nexus, even if there's the slightest chance that it will do anything.
Yep. And now it's a little bit too late, even. I mean, now there's still, he could still make these stalkers run away, but at the same time, the stalkers can kind of kite the roaches, as you can see they're doing right now. So one of the roaches falls, and we just have 4 pretty damaged roaches, and one of the stalkers almost gets taken out, but does get taken out. Not a huge loss, though. Actually, this isn't even looking too bad. So as a Zerg player, you know, once you kind of have this big advantage, what do you do? Do you continue to go all in, or do you go for the economic game? It looks like Adver is going for the economic game. He's taking his 3rd. But
yeah, absolutely. There's no way to break 3 cannons in a cost-efficient way. I mean, you could continue to go for the all-in, but it's super risky, just because there's so much static defense already there.
Right.
So I feel like Adver's doing the right thing here. I'm not sure if those 2 spines were even necessary, but he's just taking more precautions and making sure that he retains his advantage.
Right. And it looks like Adver might be able to take down a sentry, which is not bad. That's 100 gas that FXO's.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good. It was almost full energy as well.
And we do see a small group of lings outside the main, and I wonder what FXOZ is going to do from here. I mean, right now, despite the fact that it seems like, okay, he's not like, I mean, he's for sure behind, but I feel as if, at least when I'm in this situation, as a Protoss player, I always feel like I'm much more behind than I actually am, and then sometimes, you know, that leads you to do things that you shouldn't necessarily be doing. And I wonder if FXOZ is going to try to do something dramatic to try to get back into a game where really all he might need to do is just kind of play a little bit more conservatively than he normally would. And like right now he's pushing across the map, and I don't agree with this, because if his army gets caught off guard and he loses that, that's like so many minerals that he just wasted at such an early point in the game when those minerals were so scarce.
Yeah, definitely. That's a big problem, though. He's thinking if he has a 3rd, oh, and look, he's gonna go in this annoying position, but his army's just so small, though.
Yeah, but I think he's gonna be able to take this 3rd down, because he can warp units up the ramp and he can force field the ramp. And
yeah,
so there's no way.
This is the positioning that I was talking about that's super hard to defend as Zerg.
Yep.
But obviously, at this point in the game, the Protoss would usually have 4 times as much army.
Right. Exactly. But hey, either way, he still killed the 3rd. So even at this point, it's bad that he's going to lose these 4 sentries, but at the same time, it was definitely not necessarily a bad trade. He killed a 3rd. He so far hasn't lost anything. Actually, if he
I'm not sure why he's warping in more units.
If he
he scouts all the spines, you need to go back. That means Mutalisks. So now he knows, he has to know that Mutas are out. He backs as soon as he saw that many spines, because he's wondering, okay, what the hell, he didn't even try stopping me from killing his 3rd, and then he scouts that many spines. That's instantaneous Mutas.
Yeah, especially because of the high Zergling count, too. I mean, there's really no other alternative. And we see a robotics facility, and Stargate is also coming down, but we still haven't seen any cannons started at the mineral line. And
yeah, I would have actually liked that very much. 1 cannon at each mineral line would help a lot.
Yeah.
But
He doesn't have money, actually. He literally
Yeah,
has
he
no
doesn't have money, or like also he has to rely on stuff like good positioning, I feel like, to repel these mutas. Because just investing more and more in static defense is just gonna give Advert total map control to whatever he wants. He's already ahead.
And here we go. Mutas are in the main base, and there's really. I mean, he's going to fend off these mutas, but he's losing quite a few probes in the process. He actually lost pretty much all the probes at his main base. If you look at the workers lost tab, 46 killed for Abver. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot of probes. He's still killing probes, and he's still focusing probes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, why not? You have. I mean, look at his mineral count. He has so much money, and he can afford. At this point, he can really afford to just sack 15 Mutalisks and just try to kill probes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the more probes he kills, the better. I mean.
I mean,
let's look at the economy right now.
60
like,
probes he's killed. That's pretty incredible. And
Yeah.
he's took a 4th base as well. So I mean, he is in a great position, and I don't know how FXOZ is going to be able to come back from this.
Yeah, I'm amazed he's even like still in here. To be honest, there's no way to come back. But
yeah, it's almost like delaying the inevitable. But I think
I mean,
crazier things have happened, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. There's always the smallest chance.
Yep.
And it's worth fighting for. Maybe he should try and go for units that can be really cost efficient, like DT still, or try to somehow secure a 3rd and just camp there until forever.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of what he's going for right now. He's moving his army out like he's intending to take a 3rd. Really, you know, if he just kind of takes a 3rd, turtles up his main and his nat, maybe makes like 3 cannons at each. And plus he's getting those phoenixes too, because phoenixes are fairly cost effective as long as you control them well. I mean, they can kite Mutalisks, they can be annoying and force the Zerg player to make static defense, and while he's doing that he could take a 3rd, you know, get DTs, do something, and then slowly try to get back into the game. But
yeah, I'm not sure why he's pushing now.
Yeah, unfortunately he's kind of doing the opposite of that. He's trying with a very, very small force. I mean, he has to know that Zerg just has a ton of army right now. I mean,
and he knows about the spines. I think he's just trying to buy that 3rd again, and
yeah. See, I think this is
so spines.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Abra, why not? You know, and yeah, just sending Zerglings over to that potential 3rd, because really, the smart thing for Protoss to be doing right now would be trying to get that 3rd while he's doing this, but he's not doing that, and I feel like maybe he feels like he has to do something more desperate than is the case.
Well, the case is pretty desperate, sir. He's super down in everything, so.
And he's actually lost. Didn't quite control those Phoenixes too well, but again, that could very well be due to the cross-server lag, so kind of an unfortunate situation there. And we do have quite a bit of Mutalisks that are going into the natural expansion, probably going to kill all those drones, probes, I mean. And there's a GG. So we are 3-3, and we are going to the final match between FXO and Rox. We'll be back with Game 7 in just a minute after this short break.